thinking.
I agree.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I completely understand what you're saying. What I try to impress, and Ed likes to be in the chat, and what I try to impress is there are two sides to the story. There is a problem with immigration, especially when we're talking about the African American community and the working class. It is a negative. It is a net negative to that community, right? To that working class community, and to completely ignore that is to ignore reality. And yeah, I was actually less when we did our little survey. I was a little less than CEO. I am an independent, but I do see both sides of issues.
You're a flip flopper.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm not.
You like the chancleta. You flip flop.
I'm not a chancleta.
Yes. You know why? Because when you're in here, you try to pull towards one side to agree with the room, and then when you're in another room, my anonymous account told me that you are trying to flip to the other side. So it's like you just want to fit into the stage. And that's why I'm not surprised that you got independent, because you was really listening to the questions and you wanted to be in the middle because you want to flip flop to either way.
No, you're correct.
Yeah, no way. But First Lady, so 1 minute he's on the border side, and then he's on the other side of the border saying, "No, I'm a citizen. Oh, I have sex with a woman that's a citizen too. No, she's not an immigrant. She's third, fourth, fifth, sixth generation." You can't. I don't understand that.
I know
you can't be both.
Yes, so, you can't. Yeah.
Trent, I think it's okay to recognize two sides to a position, but you really should have a position on your
This shit is black and white. There's no motherfucking gray up in this bitch.
You never explain your positions to the point of saying where I stand here. It looks bad the way you do it.
So 1 minute he stands with the immigrants, the next minute he's like, "Nah, I ain't fucking with those immigrants."
Okay, so Ed, that's a fair criticism.
Is it possible?
Oh, can I say something? So
Yeah,
Ed,
you can.
Where's my chocolate? Hold on.
What Ed said is exactly right.
Let the first lady speak. I'm just like,
Lisa, I need you to take that test next. Thank you.
So listen, I just want to say,
like it's loaded like you guys. I'm like, what's going on?
Listen.
Shay, I'm loaded with water.
I'm gonna have to get some water too.
All right, I want to hear from Trent, but I really want to do a deep dive in that, and then also change some of the listings around to fit more in 2024, because I don't know if y'all paid attention. That was more based off of 2020, and I feel like a lot of people, their numbers could be higher depending on how things look now in 2024. But yeah, Trent, you say these things. The people say this. What do you say for yourself, sir? You said, Ed, go ahead.
First of all, by my job category, I'm trained to stay in the middle and not pass judgment on things, because you have to err on the side of caution. Just real quick, in 2023, a lot of people didn't think AI would work, and they thought it was overhyped. And now and I was one of the people who was like, no, I think it's going to be big. And now in 2025, everybody is on top of it. People are often don't recognize our what's the word I'm looking for? Our mentality and like our beliefs interrupt our long-term thinking. And so, Ed, you are correct. I don't make things change, and you have to be malleable, and you have to be okay that situations may change. You may be on one side of the fence at one point, and then things change and you may have a different view. And so on the immigration view, right? My mother was an ESL teacher in Los Angeles, and I'm actually very pro immigration. But now living down here in the past 4 years, when it became there is a limit, I recognize that there is a limit to it, because when we started shipping people up to Chicago and up to Washington and up to New York and to all these places, and people had to deal with the unfettered immigration that we were dealing with down here on the border, it caused problems, especially in the Black community. And I also recognize, because of the places that I'm in macroeconomics, that corporations exploit this labor for their
Trent should be a politician.
All right, Trent, come on, wrap it up, man. You spend so much time.
You know he's the best salesman in